Hey friends, week 3 of writing. This week we're going to change it up a little bit and you're going to write a mystery story, okay? So you're going to be watching this video first to get a little bit of an idea of what I want you to do, and then you're going to work on this piece all up until Friday or Thursday, whenever you guys choose to be done with the week. And we're going to have a little opportunity during our Zoom to read our stories and see if you guys can guess what our mystery object or thing or person or place or whatever you choose is going to be. Okay? So number 1 on your lesson plan says, think of any object we all would know. I chose something that we use in the classroom daily. So that's kind of like an extra clue for you. Okay? I don't know if you remember way in the beginning of the year, we did this in science where we put an object in a bag and you guys had to describe the object using clues. You could have said like, it's round, it's smooth, it's small, you find it in the ground. And that might be like a rock, okay? So this time we're gonna get a little bit more creative and write an actual creative story about it, okay? Number 2 says, write a creative story giving us clues to what your object is, but don't tell us, okay? So at the end, we don't want you to tell us what the object is. We want to keep it a guess, okay? And then optional number 3 is to try to type your story. This week, you're also going to be using the app on Clever Typing Club. So I typed my story. Now, I wrote in big capital letters on your plan, optional. You do not have to type your story. It's just for you to practice if you want to. I know there was a few friends in my class, Callie, I remember, she always would ask me if she could type her spelling words and change the font or the color. If you want to, cool. If you don't want to, just write it. If you want to have your parents type it for you, that's fine. Parents, I'm not trying to give you more work, so you can tell them no. But I typed mine just so that you could see mine in type, okay? So you're going to work on this all throughout the week. Now remember, when you write, you still have to think about your plan. Now I'm not asking you to make a plan this week, but you're kind of going to just plan in your head, okay? Because not all stories have to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This one's a little bit more creative, so it's not going to have that sort of organization, okay? Notice I still put the date, April 13th up at the top. I have a title still, and I titled it My Mystery Friend. I still put by Mrs. Guider because I'm an author. If you want to practice drawing a little picture or putting an emoji or some sort of picture clip art in the corner, you can do that too. And I threw out my story. I made my exclamation marks a little bit bigger. You'll see down here I used an onomatopoeia, which you guys all know what that is, so I'm not going to tell you. Maybe you can tell your parents. You can add one of those in there. And at the bottom I asked a question. Remember last week when you asked a question? Everybody is going to do that part at the end, okay? So you're all going to write a question at the end, okay? So I'm going to show you how to just go through your story. I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to try to find... Shh, Maddox. I'm going to try to find some ways to make my story a little bit more exciting, interesting, just so that I can show you how to edit your piece. Okay? So I started my story with, having friends is great. Having friends who are always with you is even better. This friend I have is with me in the classroom, even when the kids aren't there. My friend lives in the classroom and never leaves because he's stuck to the wall. It's a clue for you. He watches everyone all day long, waiting for the time to come alive. Vroom, vroom. He is pretty noisy, though, so I only like to use him when the kids are gone. He's also very good at cleaning other things up, but not very good at keeping himself clean. The students sometimes have to empty him out because he gets so full of messes. Can you guess who my classroom friend is? We'll talk about it in the Zoom, but I'm going to go back. I found a few little areas that I wanted to just change up a little bit, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So, where was that? Over here, I said he's also very good at cleaning other things up. He's also good at another thing. So I'm just going to add in here. Remember my little carrot? I'm just going to move it a little so you can see it. I'm going to say, my friend makes people feel sharp, comma. Actually, I'm going to put a period. He's also very good at cleaning other things up, but not very good at keeping himself. I've already said clean, so I'm going to say a different word. But keeping himself spick and span. How about that? Spick and span. That means clean. Spick and span. The students sometimes have to empty him out because he gets so full of messes. I don't really like how that sounds. It sounds kind of interesting because I will tell you that my special thing, he makes things feel sharp, but he also takes things from others. Okay, so the students sometimes have to, I'm going to change this. Instead of saying empty him out, I'm going to say they have to tell him to stop eating. Capital H to start my sentence. He gets so full of messes. Also, can you guess who my secret friend is? So you are welcome to go back in your story and fix things, make it more exciting, make it more interesting. You can do that on the computer, or you can do it in writing just like I did. So I'm going to read you my story one more time with my changes. My mystery friend. Having friends is great. Having friends who are with you, or who are always with you, is even better. This friend I have is with me in the classroom, even when the kids aren't there. I'm going to say even when the kids go home. My friend lives in the classroom and never leaves because he's stuck to the wall. He watches everyone all day long, waiting for the time to come alive. Vroom, vroom! He's pretty noisy, though, so I only like to use him when the kids are gone. My friend makes people feel sharp. He's also very good at cleaning other things up, but not very good at keeping himself spick and span. The students sometimes have to tell him to stop eating. He gets so full of messes also. Can you guess who my classroom friend is? So we will talk about that in our Zoom. I cannot wait to hear your creative story.